ring round the rosy. Happy Halloween, children.
Happy Halloween. Welcome to my humble abode. You will find your seats next to the dinner table, where I have prepared you a nice, succulent slice of what I like to call cattle.
I don't even know what I'm talking about. This wasn't scripted. I didn't know what I was going to do, actually. Hello, everyone. Good evening. I'm so terrified. I'm glad I'm that spooky. Hansel and Gretel ain't getting candy now. An old wizard. I was just trying to reenact Solux. Solux's everyday life. My class is canceled tomorrow so I can be here? Really? Is that how that works? Good morning to some of you. Good morning. Ohayo. Good morning. Ohayo gozaimasu. If this is your first live, if this is your first live, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Trick or treat. Trick or treat. Trick or treat. Trick or treat. I don't know how to do that sound. What else is there? What else is there? The scariest sounds of the known world. What a weird burp. Mm-hmm. I came here to be scared, not to laugh. Rip. Huh. 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 Imagine living with Rekken and walking into this man trying to make creepy sounds into his mic. True. Imagine. Sunshine. I'll fall asleep spooked, but I hope you have an amazing day. My day is half done, but I will enjoy the rest of my day just because of you, Sunshine. Thank you. And I hope you don't have any spooky dreams of a deformed Rekken walking like Gollum, chasing you down a dark corridor forever. It's nice and cool. It's nice and cool. Scare us. Boo. Boo. You're not being scary? Do I gotta try a bit? I gotta try a little harder. Die tonight. Is he dying? Looks like you're running out of oxygen. That's what that is. Can I smack this boy? You can try. Yeah, I'll do it for you. Ow. Oxygen. He needs oxygen. That's so scary. Shut up. Oh, Sunshine Edivert. Nice pud. Or nice pumpkin pie. Thank you. Gracias. I'm gonna sleep with Voldemort in my head. Harry Potter. Chat's just gonna roast you regardless, true. And it's not gonna matter what I do. It could be good, it could be bad. It's just gonna be the inevitable roasting. Vada Kedavra. Can you play like a vampire or something? Blah blah blah. I'm going to suck your blood. Blah blah blah. Your blood is coagulated. Burger King? That's a mosquito? Jesus, how big are your mosquitoes? I'm going to suck your blood. speed sucking. Rekken sus. Yeah, blood, sure. No, that's what I'm sucking.
Tasty. It's tasty, tasty. No crunchable birds. No crunchable birds. Only chat to satisfy Smeagol.
Bro, do something that scares you. Sound like Mr. Bean. What? Dude, that sounds like Mr. Bean. You must have been watching on like 2 times speed or something. What? How did the vampire turn into Golem? I don't know. We never know how things happen in this stream, or on this stream. He's talking in cursive, Drew.
No crunchable birds.
If you were actually Yalom, you'd be a cute one. Yeah, instead of like 3 strands of hair, I'd probably have like 8. 8 whole strands of hair. No saying tasty. Tasty. Now you sound like Alvin. Uh-huh. Gollum is peak male performance. True. True. Alright. I promised the people, excuse me, spooky stories. So let's see what people responded with. Korean horror urban legend about the elevator game. Oh boy. Ah, it's attacking my eyes. It's just a screen of white. Oh, bleh. Is there any way to dark mode this? Please. Please. I beg of you. I need the dark mode to read this. My eyes are going to wither away. Rekken. That is my name. Don't wear it out. I'm turning my lights on. Tell them the story of how we met. See, we need to keep this stream PG-13. At least. Okay. Drink of water. Iliad, welcome to the Pumpkin Kingdom. Please say something scary in Japanese. Ne, 僕と遊ばない?
ねえ、僕と湖で遊びに行こう。二人っきりで。そんなに怖がらなくても、ちょっとした水遊びだけだよ。さあ、ついてきなさい。
Atika, thank you for the pumpkins. I'm excited for the spooky stories. Yes, I think we're reading yours first, actually. Yeah, we're reading the elevator game one first. So, thank you for suggesting it. I know of the Korean urban legend of the elevator story, but I haven't read the full story before, so should be a banger. こんばんは、久しぶりです。お久しぶりです。Is the music a little loud? By the way, it's a little loud for me. Let's turn it down a tad. What's the opposite way? Oh, well, it's just off. Can we get like a decent balance here, please? All right. Oh, Mateo, welcome. Welcome, my pumpkin. Welcome to the pumpkin patch, my sweet child. Oh, by the way, we are not going to be doing an extended stream today because I will be streaming a little extra long this stream. So, sorry members if you were looking forward to a moment of peace. But we won't be doing a extended stream today. Hope you understand. But that's why there's no link today. Anyway, yeah, Mateo, welcome. Nice bud. Smoky, smoky. Elevator game. Open up chat. Let's move this a little closer so that I can see it under the corner of my eye. Okie dokie. I played the elevator game, and I never should have. This wasn't a good idea. I had heard the stories about the elevator game. It supposedly takes you to another world as long as you follow the specific rules laid out. I found it strange at first, but didn't give it any thought. To do more research, I looked up different YouTube videos and first account stories of others doing it. All of it seemed so fake to me, so I figured the whole thing was just another hyped up thing. But I still wanted to try it. And lucky for me, I live 2 blocks away from a 15-story building. Is this scary? Well, it says psychological, so if you're not into spooky stuff, I wouldn't recommend listening in. I set my watch for 2:30 a.m. so I could get to the building just before 3. Something supernatural like this should be done around the most supernaturally active hour to give more fulfillment to the whole thing. I got a few hours of sleep and got up again at 2 and had everything I needed. A timer to see how long the experience takes, a large hoodie to keep a good tunnel vision, a hidden camera and necklace, my phone to see if it actually would stop working in the alternate space, and to tell me how to play the game again, and my total unshakable confidence. With all that in tow, I went to the building where I would play the game. Once in front of the building, I pulled up a screenshot I took of the introduction to the game. The elevator game. How to get to another world. This is a game from Korea. By performing this ritual, you are supposedly to get to a different world. According to people who have successfully completed the game, it looks the same as the town/building that you are from, but all of the lights are off, and you can only see a red cross in the distance. There are no other living things there. I think that's supposed to say living. There are no other living things there except yourself. Some say electronics, cell phone, camera, etc. don't work, while some say they do. Spookiest thing about this is that you sound like Cryotic in his Cry Read series. I don't know what Cry sounds like, so... cool. The buildings... Oops. The building has 3 elevators, and I pick the center one. I check my phone, and it's 3 a.m. exactly. Let the game begin. You must be in a 10+ story building and in the elevator alone. Done. I doubt anyone would be awake at this time. I scroll again and look at how to progress. Get on the elevator on the first floor. Press the button for the 4th floor, but don't get out when you arrive. Once on the 4th floor, press the button of the 6th floor. Once on the 6th floor, press the button of the 2nd floor. Once on the 2nd floor, press the button of the 10th floor. Once on the 10th floor, press the button of the 5th floor. I made sure to follow the instructions to the letter and put my hoodie up when making my way to the 5th floor, as it was critical for the next part. When you reach the 5th floor, a woman will get on the elevator with you. The woman is not human. Do not look at her or speak to her. If you do, she will take you away. And just as it said, when I got to the 5th floor, someone got on. By the weight in the steps, it was definitely a woman. I kept my hood up and my head down, facing just the buttons. I followed the next step. Press the button for the 1st floor, and if the elevator ascends to the 10th floor, you have succeeded in the ritual and are now in the other world. I pressed for the 1st floor and felt the elevator go up. It was only 5 floors, but it felt like an eternity with that mysterious woman behind me. I was completely covered, but it felt like I could still see her. Or rather, she could see me. See into my soul or something. It made my skin crawl, and I prayed to hear the elevator ding soon. Do you live here? I felt my stomach drop past my feet. The woman was talking to me. I heard a footstep as she got closer to me and asked her question again. Do you live here? Her voice was human, but also not. Somewhere between normal, but also static. Like she was imitating someone else. I felt goosebumps run up and down my body as I heard another step come towards me. My heart pounded in my ears just as my fear reached a fever pitch. Every nerve stood on end as I could feel the the thing, behind me, reach for my shoulder. It's rude to not answer when asked a question. Do you live here? The voice went from sweet to graveling and almost demonic. It felt like all of the world was frozen, or there was no oxygen left in the elevator. But just as I thought I was done for, ding! The elevator doors opened and I practically sprinted out. My heart still pounded in my ears and I dreaded looking back. The woman is not human. Do not look at her or speak to her. If you do, she will take you away. That warning echoed in my mind, and I didn't dare look back. My panic slowly began to subside as I took in my surroundings. It looked like I was in the building on its 10th floor, but the corridor seemed sort of sterile and endless. Doors lined the entire hall, and I was alone. I looked at my phone. It was 3:14 a.m., and I didn't have a single bar of service. I truly was in a different space. I really did it. The game was real. But my celebration was short-lived as the same gravely demonic voice sounded again, this time echoing all around me, but this time it said something different. You do not belong here, intruder. In the endless, sterile hallway, something skittered around, like a living ink stain on a pristinely white backdrop. Its movements were erratic, but it only took a moment for me to realize it was coming for me. I ran back to the elevator, but this time instead of 3, there were 5 elevators, and I didn't know which one I came out of. Since I started the game in the center elevator, I figured it was the center elevator I can return to reality with. I pressed and jammed the button, looking over my shoulder to see the thing getting closer with each second. I threw myself into the elevator as soon as it came, and desperately pressed the door close button, praying to whatever god or deity would hear me. The creature was mere inches from the door and it closed just in time. I pulled out my phone quickly and went back to my screenshots, reading that I had to play the game in reverse and to get back home. I pushed every button in reversed sequential order and prayed it would send me back to the first floor and back to reality. I saw the elevator numbers descend, and my heart practically leapt with joy as I neared the first floor. As soon as the doors opened, I threw myself out, only to see I was back in the sterile hallway. I couldn't understand why. The elevator went down. So why was I back in this place? I looked at the elevator, and it even said I was on the first floor. Yet somehow, I hadn't exited whatever this hell was. That's when it dawned on me. Maybe I took the wrong elevator. I tried another one. It brought me back to the sterile hallway. I tried another, back to the sterile hallway. Another, back to the sterile hallway. Another, back to the sterile hallway. How could this be happening? One of these elevators had to be the right one. Gritting my teeth, I jumped into any elevator. Damn the game at this point. I just want to go home. I pressed the floor buttons in reverse again, but this time when the doors opened, the creature was there. It was horrid. A woman with black hair covering her face, ghastly pale skin, and a bloodied white dress. She let out a sickening cackle as she stared into my pinprick eyes.
You are trapped here. You will never leave this place ever again.
Those were the last words I heard before a scream from either myself or the creature came, and the world was swallowed in black. Oh, hell no. Ow. Possessive demon. True. No, I'm dying. Okay. I'm not dying. I'm fine. What else we got? What else we got? Thank you, Atika, for that. The classic limping woman on Reddit is pretty good. I think I've read this before on my own. Oh shoot, this is really long. I think. Is it as long as I'm making it out to be? It feels really long. That's a lot of scrolls. Oops. Please don't die on stream, Rekken, even if it would be thematically appropriate. I will definitely try. It's okay, dude. It's pretty long. Are you the one that posted it? Sorry. Looks like you are. Checks out. What about this one? Let's see how long the hanging stranger is. This is way longer. Alright, you know what? We'll go with the limping woman. Sorry, Nia. But, the hanging stranger one looks a little long. At least to read out loud. Alright, we'll try. We'll try with the limping woman. Okay. Was that too scary? Were some people scared? It's hard to write a short spooky story, gotta get the build up. That's true. That is true. Oh, what do you know? We're getting thematic. We got Ricardo coming down to say hello. Hello, Ricardo. You should just go up. Go up. I don't need you on my monitor today. Go on. Dude, Ricardo was getting bold yesterday. He was on my monitor for no reason. It was too scary that I have some people to remind me if you're done. It wasn't that scary. Come on now. Is this story scary? Pretty sure it is. Alright. How can we make this sound effect? No. That's how you know she's behind you. The heel is broken off of her left shoe, and she drags it across the ground with every step, a sharp contrast to the steady click of her still intact pump. "Help me," she whispers. It's an urgent, anguished plea. "Please, I'm hurt. Help me." Don't turn around. That's when she gets you. Don't run. She still gets you. But this time, she's going to make it hurt. At least, that's the rumor. Every small town has at least one, a local urban legend that everyone knows and swears is true because their sister's best friend's cousin's neighbor's grandson knew a fella who actually encountered it. Ours was the limping woman, so named for her aforementioned distinct gait. It was said that she was a teacher at the elementary school some decades before, young, beautiful, and the victim of a terrible murder. She had been walking home to the house she shared with her parents one night after school when she realized she was being followed. She sped up, and so did her pursuer, until both were running down this dark country lane with only farmland on either side. Her heel broke, and her ankle snapped, and she fell, and her pursuer became her murderer. It was a slow, torturous affair that left her beaten and covered in... Jesus, it's okay to read. Covered in stab wounds. And when the killer was done, he left her to bleed out beside the road. She wasn't found until the next morning, and by then, all anyone could do was search for the person responsible. While some believe the man was caught and dealt with not long after, others think he or she is still at large, and the limping woman, as the victim came to be known, won't rest until her killer is caught. I was always skeptical, at best, of the story. I'd passed the spot where she was supposed to appear 100 times without incident, as did everyone else I knew. If a murderer's ghost lived there, I was pretty sure I'd have seen her. I said as much to my friend Steffi when she brought up that a friend of a friend of a friend had met the limping woman during lunch at school one day.
It's true. She was out on the old highway a couple nights ago and saw her.
Steffi insisted stubbornly over our sandwiches. If she actually saw her, wouldn't she be dead? I asked. I thought you weren't supposed to turn around.
I heard her. Whatever. You know what I mean, Rena.
Sure, I said with a roll of my eyes. It always frustrated Steffi that I didn't share her willingness to believe the unbelievable. So how'd she get away?
She said the words, duh.
Oh, right. The woman's last words. Last words we all somehow know without ever having caught the one person who would have heard them.
We know them because the real killer was never caught. He told people who told other people,
and we all just magically knew to use them to ward off being killed. I finished for her. Steffi frowned. She loved all things spooky and supernatural, and spent a lot of time researching our local legends, especially the limping woman.
it's not magic. It just reminds her of her own mother, and she gets distracted by her grief and leaves you alone.
Okay, I said, hoping that would be enough to put an end to the topic. It was an argument neither of us would win, and I didn't feel like getting into it again over whether or not a ghost was real. At 15, it was starting to feel silly. Steffi, however, wasn't going to let me off so easily.
They say she remains because they got the wrong guy, and she's angry about it.
Like, everyone knew it, but no one cared because they wanted to blame someone. Don't you feel at least a little bad for her? She's still waiting for justice after all this time. Steffi, she only goes after people who won't believe her, you know? I didn't like the way Steffi said that. Like she had any idea forming that I wouldn't approve of, and I shook my head. Whatever it is, no. We could go out there, out to the spot she haunts. No, don't be dumb, I said. You don't believe anyway, so what's the big deal? I've walked past there a lot, okay? Nothing's ever happened. Have you gone after dark? Steffi had started to smile. No. But so what? And that's when she's active. Going in the day doesn't count. This is dumb, I said again. We'll go tonight. Shut up, I'm doing my best. Every argument I had was met with questions of whether I was too afraid, and Steffi mocking me for being chicken. She kept it up for the rest of lunch, through our shared science class, and then passed me notes in the halls between classes after that. By the time the final bell rang, she had worn me down. But not because I believe she's there. I made sure she knew. I'm just going so you shut up. The sun set just after 5 that evening. At 7, we met up on our bikes in front of my neighborhood. Her parents thought she was doing a project at mine. Mine thought I was at hers. And we had 2 hours to ride out to the farm where the limping woman was said to haunt, and get back before they started trading phone calls. We pedaled hard and fast, leaving behind the glow from windows and street lamps until darkness swallowed up the world around us. With only moonlight to guide us, we wove our way across town and passed into the outskirts, where the insects were louder, the stars brighter, and the safety that came from feeling like you were surrounded by other people fell away. It was hard not to feel entirely exposed out on that old road, where flat fields rolled off into the distance on either side.
There was the occasional barn or farmhouse set a ways off down long, dusty drives, but otherwise, it really was just us and our bikes and the night. "Up ahead," Steffi said from behind me. "See the cross? That's the marker for her." We skid to a stop and a few yards away from it, and exchanged a glance almost lost in the shadows. "Scared?" she asked, breathless with excitement. "No," I said. It was an honest enough answer. I was nervous, sure, but who wouldn't be when you're outside after dark? "Remember, if you turn around, she gets you. If you try to run, she makes it worse. Just stand still when she's close by and say the words." Steffi spoke so seriously that I had to stifle a giggle. It was ridiculous. I kept trying to tell that to all the butterflies stirring in my stomach, but it didn't do much good. We climbed off our bikes and set them on their kickstands. Steffi groped around for my hand and entwined her fingers with mine. She was shaking. "Ready? Let's just get it over with," I replied. We walked up to where the cross was placed and paused. Steffi squeezed my hand and took in a slow, shuddering breath. Her fear was starting to have an effect on me, quickening my heartbeat. But I squared my shoulders and clenched my jaw and took a step forward. We crept along the roadside, careful to keep our eyes pointed straight ahead. Steffi kept reminding me in a trembling whisper that looking anywhere else could lead to trouble. A minute or two passed, and it couldn't have been long. I can't do that. It couldn't have been longer despite feeling like it, and nothing seemed to happen. My fear began to ebb, replaced by an admittedly relieved giddiness that I had been right, and I almost turned to Steffi to say, "I told you so." And then I realized how quiet it was. All the insects that had been singing loudly when we arrived had gone silent. There were no distant calls from night birds, no breeze passing over us. Nothing. Just the sound of our own breathing. To my surprise, Steffi sighed, disappointed. I wonder if she realized how quiet everything had become. How could she not feel how claustrophobic it had become out on that open road? How closed off we were in the dark and in the silence. I wanted to ask her, but the question was like a knot in my throat that I couldn't untangle. Behind us, grass rustled, followed by the crunch of loose gravel underfoot, like someone was pulling themselves slowly out of a field and onto the road. Every hair on my body stood up at once. "Rena?" I hadn't realized that my grip on Steffi's hand had tightened so much. I could feel her eyes on me, but couldn't bring myself to look at her. From somewhere over my shoulder, a woman started to sob softly. She cried plaintively. "Rena?" Steffi said again. She's coming," I managed to whisper. Instead of being scared, Steffi snorted. "Real funny. I get it, okay? The limping woman is just made up. I'm convinced now. You don't have to rub it in." The unmistakable sound of someone inching towards us, slowly, painfully, crying out with each step.
Steffi,
I hissed, tears burning in my eyes.
she's coming.
There must have been something in my voice, a tightness that only true terror could cause, that convinced my friend that I wasn't just pretending. She grabbed my forearm with her other hand and clutched it until her nails were digging into my skin.
She only goes after people who don't believe.
Steffi said.
That must be why. What do I do?
I begged him, my mind white and blank. My entire body was screaming to run, to get away from that thing that was getting closer and closer. But Steffi's firm grasp and my own mounting dread held me in place. The limping woman sobbed.
Words.
Steffi said hurriedly.
You have to say the words when she's right behind you.
What words? I wanted to scream, but I couldn't speak or think. I could only hear her. The legend said you'd hear her uneven footsteps and be forced to listen to her pleas, but no one ever mentioned the smell, the stench of rot and earth, and blood oozed through the air, slowly surrounding me and wrapping itself around me like tentacles, smothering me. I gagged and pressed my free hand over my mouth and shook my head violently, trying to clear it, trying to make sense of things. Steffi was jerking on my arm and saying something to me over and over again, but I could barely hear her over the limping woman's cries. The smell was getting so strong, making my stomach pitch and heave until I thought I'd be sick. I leaned heavily on Steffi, and she pulled me in close so that her lips were beside my ear. Through the veil of panic and nausea, I heard her scream,
Say the words.
The limping woman was so close behind us now that I could feel the chill radiating off of her.
the words. I had to say the words. It just reminds her of her own mother, and she gets distracted by her own grief and leaves you alone. I heard Steffi's voice from the previous day echo in my head. Her mother. The words reminded her of her mother, the limping woman's last words. Please.
Bile rose in the back of my throat.
My mother's waiting for me.
The footsteps stopped and were replaced by a high-pitched, heart-wrenching keen. From somewhere off in the night, a dog started to howl. Insects began to sing again. The wind whistled across the field. Sounds of normalcy, of life. The limping woman continued to screech while I found my legs again. With Steffi in tow, tore back to the bikes. I never once looked up from the ground. The only thing I saw as we darted by was a pair of feet in torn stockings and pumps, the heel of one of which was missing. We didn't stop riding until we made it back to my lawn, and when we got there, I raced to the bushes on the side of the house and vomited. Steffi claims she didn't hear or see anything that night, but she believes that I did. She believes that I encountered the limping woman. I tried to come up with some kind of rationalization for it, like power of suggestion or something.
But when I think back to those footsteps and those sobs and that final scream, I know that there is only one explanation. And now I too believe in the limping woman. Do the dog howl. What were the words? Apparently, my mother's waiting for me, were the words. Deja vu, I've been in the blame before I run. That's how fast I'd be out of there. Nope, nope, nope. Nope, nope, nope. Boom, ba, 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 boom, 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 boom. Good howling. You guys are more impressed by the howling than the storytelling. Dang, that was long. You want to see some real speed? Some real speed. Deja vu. I use those words to get away from social interaction too. My mother's waiting for me. Now bark, bark, bark. Bark, bark, bark. You can do a rat dog. Just sounds like I'm vomiting. Aren't you scared by these stories? Not really. There's that one interactive Korean comic. I forget what it's called. That was pretty scary. I didn't know that there was a jump scare, and I didn't know it was animated or whatever. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. I forget what it's called, but it's another black long-haired woman on the streets, dragging her feet, making weird noises. I forget what it's called. What is it called? That was freaky as heck. Where the woman crawls on her back, yeah, that one. The woman looking for her baby, yeah, that one. What is it called? Anyone know? Yes, the Bangchan-dang ghost. I'm pretty sure that's it. If you guys want real scary, just read that. Yeah, not the lady, no. Can you say don't be scared? Do I need to comfort you guys after that? Here. How about, since we're already an hour in, how about we go back to some good vibes?
よしよしよしよしもう大丈夫だよ You're gonna be alright There, there よしよしよしよし There, there 怖くない怖くない怖くないもう大丈夫 Everything's gonna be just fine Everything's gonna be alrightよしよしもう大丈夫だよよしよし怖がり屋さんだからねよしよしDon't turn around because I want to spoon you. I can't do it to him, Solux. They asked for calm vibes. Can you scream? Ah, wow, wow, wow. Ah, ah. No more scary stories. We might go back to a scary story. But we're gonna do a little bit of a mental reset for everyone. People need some people are easy to scare. So we need to make sure that their mental stability is sound. Boring. Ara, Hina-san, arigato. Thank you. Intermission. True, intermission. Dika, Rekken, what's your favorite horror movies? You know, I'm not a huge horror flick fanatic. So, it's really boring, but The Shining is probably my favorite horror movie. It's not even really a horror movie. It's more like a psychological. Are the Saw movies horror movies? Then again, it's kind of bad to say Saw movies are your favorite. I don't know. I think cheap jump scares, while they're scary, it has less of an impact than like psychological horror / suspense. Some movies are just like, ugh. True. More like gore porn. Yeah. I mean, like, I've only watched the first two. I haven't watched all the other ones. It was purely out of, not peer pressure, but like, I watched it with friends, so it was like, I guess I didn't have to watch it, but I was there. It was on. I watched them. You know what? You know what was pretty good was Get Out. Get Out was pretty. Was a pretty good movie too. Some horror movies are just a whole lot of unnecessary blood. You could call the scene from The Shining a whole lot of unnecessary blood too. A literal torrent of blood. Bet you haven't seen a horror movie where a Ferrari's possessed. Well, I have. Alright, Hermione, calm down. You know what I haven't seen that apparently is really good? Is Silence of the Lambs. That's something I am yet to watch. Have yet to watch. Oops, caught a live stream by accident. Welcome in here, just in time for the calm and wholesome intermission. Coraline. Coraline's messed up, man. That is not a kid's movie. Like, Tim Burton needs to chill out a little bit. Coraline, like, the whole button eyes thing, that's screwed up so many children. Yeah, dolls, I hate dolls. Mannequins, dolls. Clowns, dolls, mannequins. We want to know a spoopy experience of yours. Also, the voice acting was 11 out of 10. Oh, thank you, Hana. I can always count on you. Also, thanks for the pumpkins. Coraline is not Tim Burton. Wait, what? 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 My mind has just... What? What? Wait a second. Hold up. Hold up. Henry Selick has done Nightmare Before Christmas, James and the Giant Peach, Coraline... ¿Qué? Wait a second. I am now very confused. Okay, Corpse Bride was by Tim Burton. Huh. Frankenweenie. Oh, wait, 9 was by Tim Burton. I know this was also produced by, oh wait, no, it wasn't directed. It was produced by Tim Burton. I know Peter Jackson had a hand in it too. I thought. Oh, maybe not. Oh wait, that's the cast. Well, my brain has kind of exploded today. Tim Burton produced Nightmare Before Christmas? Okay. Huh. Dang. 9 was, yeah. 9
9 was so, like, underappreciated. I thought 9 was really good. It was actually really spooky. Like, if you haven't seen 9, go watch it. It's like, I don't know. I don't know why it makes me think, or, I do know. It reminded me of, like, what the Matrix sequel would be like, or what a Matrix sequel would be like, because of the whole AI versus humans thing. Spoilers. But yeah, it's really dark. Like, it was just dark all throughout the movie. Very underrated movie. If you are looking for a good film to watch. I can't believe Rotten Tomatoes has given it a 57%. What? No way. Do I need to go... I should rewatch it. Maybe nostalgia is clouding my judgment. Rekken, can I get a kitheth and a high melody? I'm really pushing it today. A kitheth. Sure, Melanie. You can have a kitheth, since you asked so nicely. I think I watched 9 in the theaters and had to leave early because I was spooked. Yeah, it like looked like a children's film, ended up being really adult. Hey, Rekken. Happy Halloween. Hey, Mariana. Mariana? Mariana. How do you do? About that scary story, though. Ah, yes. A scary experience that happened to me. One of the only ones I can remember. It's gonna be a really, really short story. But my stepdad's uncle, or not stepdad's uncle, my stepdad's twin brother, so basically my uncle, kind of uncle, sort of, he died in a cycling accident. And I mean, the news hit all of us pretty hard. And it was like one of the first times I had experienced like a death in like a close proximity. I don't know if that's the right word, but like, within the family circle. And that night that we got the news, I was a little restless, and I was on so I used to have a bunk bed, but like a solo bunk bed, like desk underneath, bed on the top, and I don't know, something felt off, and I like looked over to the right for no particular reason, and I saw a face just like looking at me, and I immediately closed my eyes and like went rigid. And because basically it was like the face was, or the face belonged to the size of, a guy who would be standing up and looking into the top bunk of a bunk bed. So, I just laid there for a little while, and then I started yelling for my mom. And when she came in, I was able to look again and nothing was there. But I swear I saw a face and it was the scariest shit of my life. Not the bunk bed. True story. Now, I could have been half asleep, obviously. But that's like one of the only like supernatural experiences I've had, and it's left an impression. It was a pretty long time ago. It was like back when Rekken was in 7th grade. Something like that. So I was like, what, 13? 12, 13? 14? 13? I don't know. The lights are off, I'm scared. I just stretch a little bit. Boy. I remember throwing away my dolls because I thought I saw it moving. Oh. Also, I'm gonna try my best to explain this like weird phenomenon that I experienced as like a very small child. Like, it was like ages 5 to like 7, 5 to 7, 5 to 8, where I would like be trying to fall asleep, but I don't know, it's really hard to explain this. Like, I would feel like my body was shrinking and like being compressed, and like and for some reason, like, this was the thought in my head whenever that phenomenon happened, like, I'm gonna be eaten. And then when that persisted and when it carried into my dreams, I would be eaten by the frickin' the lying monster. What was it? The lie bug, the alien from the VeggieTales, Larry, the frickin' Batman movie. I don't remember what it's called. It's just like I had repeating nightmares of that monster like eating me. I don't know. It's just this weird feeling that would like take over my whole body. That, like, I don't know. I still sometimes to this day can experience, and it'll like take me back. It'll be almost nostalgic. I'll be like, oh my god, I haven't felt this since I was like 5. Sleep paralysis, babes. I mean, it might be. That might be what it is. But I never pinpointed exactly, you know, what was causing it. Teo, I love you and your work so much. Oh, nice pumpkins. Thank you so much, Teo. Oh my god, last time I was here was last year when you played Little Nightmares. Oh, thanks for joining in that time. I would have played a horror game this year too, but honestly, I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait to play games, to stream games, for until I have the better setup in Michigan, which is only a couple months. You guys are just gonna have to be a little bit patient with me. with the new setup, everything's just gonna be so much better. I'm pretty sure. I hope. hope my internet is a lot better when I get over there. But yeah, I will. Or I'm sorry I'm not playing like a horror game tonight, but gotta make do. I tried lucid dreaming once and all I got was sleep paralysis. I was too young to remember this, but apparently I would always climb out of my crib at night, crying in terror from something. My family even had a photo of me crawling in the hallway crying. Yikes. That's spooky. And that must be spooky for your parents. With the new setup, will you play Faz? I mean, I'll play a lot of games. I don't know if Faz will ever fit in, especially since that game's probably going to fizzle out by the time I get my new setup going, but we'll see. Ooh, Michigan, where are you gonna be? I used to live in the Livingston area. No way, because I lived in the Livingston area. I used to live in Howell. Howell, Michigan. One of the most racistest cities in the state, if not the country. Well, that's not true. That's just objectively wrong, but Howell is apparently home to one of the Grand Wizards or whatever, Grand Dragons of the KKK. So that's cool. Play Genshin? Oh, I'll totally play Genshin. Heck yeah. I'll stream that. I mean, not much for me to stream right now because there's no content left for me to do. Or there is, but it's mostly just commissions and the domains every day now. Damn, Rekken, nice upbringing, true. What? Yeah. How was pretty monka? Abri-san, konbanwa. Good night, Rekken. Hope to see you. Or I'll see you next. See you, Victor. Good night. 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 Damn, what is up with my back today? Ooh. Don't play Genshin on phone because my phone is as hot as Deluxe Pyro. Oof. Or as hot as Mona's character model. Y'all seen her? God, jeez. The devs really went all out on Mona. Snoop Doggo, thank you for the pumpkins. No VIP stream today? Not today, because this stream is going to go for a little while longer. Sorry, Mikumo-san. Sorry. Thank you, Snoop Doggo. Did you go to Three Fires Middle School or Parker Middle School? I went to Highlander Way. Yoy. Black Knight. It's been a little while since I've seen your donations around here, brother. Mona Udelale. Dude, Mona is something else. Hold on. Good evening to you all and a happy Halloween. Guten Abend. Guten Abend, Mr. Knight. Hope you all stay healthy and stay indoors. If you get the idea to celebrate in groups of sizes, I will find you and burn you alive. Happy Halloween. That is so funny, because my friend group and I were just chastising one of the people on our server who went to a family gathering, got corona, and is blaming one of their family members for giving it to them. We were just like, no. You went to the family gathering for no reason. It is no one's responsibility but your own. So anyway, yes, everyone, don't go to big groups, big events, whatever. Corona is still a thing. It is still active and out there. Whatever Trump may say, saying they got rid of it and whatever. It's not true. It's out there. It didn't just disappear. Anyway, thank you, Black Knight. Danke, 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 mucho, 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 danke, 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 schön, 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 danke, danke schön. Gracias. Gracias, amigo. Gracias. Gracias. Klee too. Klee is so adorable. You guys are gonna hate me, but my party lineup right now, my party is Venti, Fischl, Mona, Klee. And Fischl is actually my highest level. Fischl's 80, everyone else is 70. Oh my god, de nada. Gracias. How do you do that? Do what? Rolling my R's? Grrr. Grrr. Your party sounds like a harem. Hey. Oh, actually, Venti would be part of my harem too, wouldn't he? Sister goes ape mode over Venti. He's so adorable. But Klee is just on another dimension of adorable. She's my daughter. I'm gonna go to her bomb recital on Tuesday. Imagine Spanish is your first language and you can't roll your R's. Unlucky. Apparently it's I mean, you can work on rolling your R's, but apparently it's a genetic trait to be able to roll R's. Like, I don't think that's true, actually. I think with practice, anyone can roll their R's. Because all it is you're vibrating your tongue on your teeth. I don't know how I do it. It's like, you have to... It's like... how do you explain it to someone who doesn't know how to roll their R's? I don't know, actually. Never mind. I'm just better than you. I'm just built different. Yeah, All it takes is practice. Lots and lots of practice. Sounds like a tiger's Oh yeah. They're chuffing? I think it's called chuffing, right? That's what tigers do. They chuff. It's like riding a bike with the help of your tongue. True. Once you learn how to do it, can't forget. Rekken got enough practice by vibrating his tongue against mine. Huh? Alright, well, everyone take notes because apparently that's how you learn how to roll your R's is you just have to vibrate your tongue against Solix's tongue. Everyone get in line. There's gonna be quite a queue. Sounds like a horse. True, does sound similar. Purr? I can't purr. Chicken wing, hot dog and bologna, chicken and macaroni, chilling with my homies. Okay. Let me roll your R's. Okay, now Cat wants to roll R's with Solix. Or is that with me? Hard to explain to my patients if I get something. Oh, yes. True. Don't wanna contract any sicknesses. Like, what is it called? Love sick. I got my paper now. Can you say how to roll R's again? You got your paper. Paper for what? Let's try to break it down. Okay, jaw or not jaw, chin. I feel like I'm moving my chin a little bit. Your chin, well, or your chin moves because your lower teeth move up. Okay. It's like I guess you have to imagine that you're snapping with your tongue against the roof of your mouth. It's like you're moving your tongue between the roof of your mouth and the back of your top teeth, but you're not doing it manually. You're like you're doing it with air. Because you can't do it without breathing out. Right? So you have to breathe out. I'm trying to do it like how people would do it if they're just following my instructions. Okay? Teeth. Lower teeth out. Tongue against the lower teeth. No, that doesn't work. You have to move your tongue a little bit. You have to, after you get that initial like the breath out, that you have to move your tongue back to the roof of your mouth. Your tongue should vibrate against the top of your mouth, yeah. So it should move back. Oh wait, no, it doesn't move back. The middle of your tongue you just have to put the middle of your tongue on the roof of your mouth. Are you lost? Wait, no, I can't. I can't indulge the all caps. Stop the all capping.そうです。ちょっと R 英語のまあ日本語ではラリルレのねラの音だけど英語の違う英語じゃないスペイン語のR の発音ペロWWL WR R が2つある場合のなんか仕方その練習してます。練習っていうか僕じゃなくてチャットの中でできない人のちょっと先生をしようとしていますけど、なかなか説明しにくいっすね。かなり難しいっす。ウェイ岩ちゃんバババンラリルレロラララララリルレロラリルレロラララララララララララリルレロラララそれって説明しにくいな。日本人の人じゃない。痛い痛い痛い痛い痛い痛い痛い痛い痛い痛い。I just got a pimple. What? You can get pimples just sitting there? I mean, well, pimples have to come out of somewhere, but...言語の違いで発音もだいぶ違うんすね。まあね。スペイン語はさ、なんか日本語と似てて、音じゃない。文字の後ろ形音の後ろの音なんていうのあいうえおの音の5つの音のことだね。スペイン語ではだいぶ似てんだけどあえいおうなのスペイン語では。だから
エスパニョール。日本語ではさ、例えば、エスパニョールはカタカナでそう言うんだけど、まあ、スペイン語でもエスパニョールって言うんだよね。結構似てるじゃん、その音、まあ発音。だけど、その、ダブル R だけが多分、日本人には難しいかな。ペロ。ペロペロってしか言えないんじゃない日本人って。ペロペロペロペロペロペロ。Bonjour. Je suis. Je suis ASM artist. Pam, pam, pam. Que habla español dice. Mis pantalones los hacen con quesos. Is that right? What the? Let's close out of that real quick. Dang it. Ugh. Here, there's a couple more spooky stories that I can read, but first let me go use the restroom, if you don't mind. I will be. Oh, I didn't. On Snoop Doggo, I didn't see the donation. Sorry. Thank you for the big pumpkins. Thank you. I will be right back.
Just pee on stream like the good old days.
I'm gonna assume most of you don't, or most of you weren't around for pee stream. Once that happens, it'll never happen again. Pew pew. Don't pee your pajamas. I'm so happy. I'm so happy it's finally getting cold because now I can wear my comfy pajamas and I don't have to walk around in boxers all day. Not all day, all night. Because it's just, I love wearing long pants. So comfy. Nani? He didn't wash his hands. I washed my hands. I washed my hands. Shut up. I did. Shut up. Although it's like that for every stream. Chat never gets original, do they? The streamer gets back from peeing. Did you wash your hands? What? Disgusting streamer. Did you wash your hands? Silly chat. Okay. So we have a couple options here. We have The Thing, Harold, The Red Spot, The Big Toe, High Beams, Green Ribbon, The Hook, Bloody Fingers, The Babysitter, The Drum, Room for One More, The Viper. There's just so many. These will make me jump. I don't want to jump. Stephen Gammon draws creepy artwork that perfectly captures the mood of more than 2,000 scary stories. Just right for reading alone or not, or for telling aloud in the dark. Alright, let's try The Window. This one seems pretty atmospheric. Room for one more. Okie dokie. Wait, we're still on cheery Halloween music. None of that. Okay. Back to the spookiness. To the window, to the wall. Alright. Many years ago, there was an old, one-story house that stood at the top of a hill. The locals called it Croglin Grange, and 3 young people lived there. A girl and her 2 brothers. One hot summer's night, they were all sitting out on the veranda, enjoying the cool air. They watched the sunset, and as the moon was rising over the trees, they decided to go to bed. A few hours later, the girl was lying in bed, unable to sleep because of the heat. She was gazing out the window, watching the moon move across the sky, when something suddenly caught her eye. She saw two small lights moving through the woods near the graveyard at the bottom of the hill. They looked like the eyes of some strange animal, but she couldn't make out what kind of animal it was. She kept her eyes on the woods, and then something stepped out of the shadows. Something ghastly. It was coming up the hill towards the house. For a few minutes, she lost sight of it. Then, she saw it coming across the lawn towards her window. It looked like a man, and yet it didn't. As she watched it, the most uncontrollable horror seized her. She wanted to run from her room, but the door was right next to her window, and she was afraid the creature would see her. She wanted to scream, but her tongue felt like it was glued to the roof of her mouth. She rushed to the door, but before she could open the lock, she heard a scratch, scratch, scratch at the window. When she turned around, she saw a hideous, shrunken brown face with flaming eyes glaring in at her. She tried to scream, but she was so frightened that she couldn't make a sound. The creature broke a pane of glass in the window. Then it reached in with long, bony fingers, unlocked the window, and crawled inside. The girl tried to escape, but the creature caught her by the hair. It dragged her over to the bed, then pulled back her head and sank its teeth into her throat. She let out a blood-curdling scream and fainted. When her brothers heard her scream, they rushed to her room, but they couldn't get in because the door was locked. By the time they managed to break down the door, the creature was gone. Their sister was lying unconscious on the bed, bleeding from the wound in her neck. While one of the brothers grabbed a towel and tried to stop the bleeding, the other took off after the creature and chased it down the hill. The thing damn it. Chat's just okay. The thing fled through the moonlight, taking enormous strides, and soon he lost sight of it near the graveyard. The brother went back to the house to see if he could help his sister. The girl was scared and badly hurt, so they took her to the hospital where her wound was disinfected. The doctor put a bandage around her neck, and she had to stay in the hospital for a few days. Gradually, the wound began to heal, and the doctor said she was well enough to go home. The brothers reported the incident to the police, but they couldn't figure out what had happened. They said it was probably a lunatic who escaped from the local asylum. The brothers didn't want the girl to come back to the house and stay in the same room, but she insisted. After all, she said, lunatics don't escape from the asylum every day. But just in case, The brothers slept in the room across the hall and kept loaded pistols on their bedside tables. The winter passed peacefully and happily, but one night, a couple of months later, the girl was awakened by a scratching sound at the window. When she opened her eyes, she saw the same hideous, brown, shrunken face staring in at her. This time, she screamed as loud as she could. She screamed with all her might, and her brothers grabbed their pistols and came running. The creature took off, but the brothers chased it down the hill. One of them took aim and fired a shot at it, hitting it in the leg. The creature fell over, but it got up and managed to limp over to the graveyard wall. The brothers watched as it scrambled over the wall and seemed to disappear into an old burial vault. The next day, the girl and her brothers went down to the church and demanded that the priest open up the burial vault. Inside, there was a horrifying scene. The coffins had been broken open, and bones and rotting flesh were scattered all over the floor. Only one of the coffins had been left intact. When they opened it, there lay the same hideous, withered, and shriveled creature that had attacked the girl. When the priest examined the corpse, he found a bullet in its leg. They did the only thing they knew of to rid themselves of a vampire. The priest built a roaring blaze outside the vault. Then the brothers dragged out the shrunken body and tossed it onto the flames. They watched the corpse burn until there was nothing left of it but ashes. Someone called it with the Edward Cullen. Who the hell said Edward Cullen? Someone said furry. Someone said furry. I was about to lose it. Oh, shoot. ASMR is looking for new things to tap on. I said it would call it. Good job, chicken. He was trying to find Bella, I guess so. Background music came in clutch every now and then. It like dropped on the base of the paragraphs here and there. It's pretty good. Sounds like Yaga Miyato. What, the creature or me? Oh no. Slurp noodles. Oh, by the way, who was it? Who was it? Nah, shoot. The notifications don't go that far down. No. I forget who it was. I'm sorry I'm sorry that I forgot who it was, but I forget who it was that bought me these mints last week. But I did buy the mints just for you. Here. We will switch back to normal. Why are you listening through your loudspeaker? Was it Amy? I think it was either Amy or okay, wait, no. Tony made that comment. Okay. I was going to say it was either Amy or Tony. I know it was one of the sponsors. I guess it was Amy, but Amy doesn't seem to be here. Toilet music. What kind of restaurant has this music running in their toilet? How can I buy you mints when the minimum donation amount is €1? True, you only have 60 pence. Unlucky. Well, because I can't set the minimum donation amount to anything lower, unfortunately. So sorry, Tony. Rekken putting his dentures back in his. Oh my god, put my dentures back. I can't talk about my teeth. 11. Soldier of Bud, welcome to the Pumpkin Kingdom. I appreciate the support, thank you, 11. Unfortunately, I won't be doing a extended stream today, so you won't be getting a VIP stream. So sorry about that, but next week you will have access to a VIP stream, so more than welcome to join in on that. How long is the stream today? I'll go for a little bit longer, I guess, since there's no VIP stream today. Rekken hasn't brushed his teeth for approximately 19 years. We can round that up to 20. I mentioned munching pebbles. earphones are broken listening. I commend your commitment. It feels like I'm underwater drowning.
Oh no.
But what if we do a countdown, okay? We'll help you with your anxiety. So I'm gonna plug your ears for 10 seconds, okay? We're gonna hold our breath for 10 seconds, and then I will promise to bring you back up, okay? So here we go.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And we're back. Just like that. Let's try again. Ready?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And we're back. Rekken holding our heads underwater. I'm baptizing you.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And we're back. Can Rekken swim? Of course I can swim. No offense to people who can't. I like swimming, but I have not swam in a while. Daddy Rekken baptizing us. Now, my child, rest your head upon my palm, and you will descend into the water, cleansing you of your sins, and rise back as pure. And then, well, there's no people at the back of the church, so... Oh, yikes. Swimmed. Do you have ear picking tools? Not really. I have a wooden or a bamboo ear pick, but we don't. There's no cover on the mic anymore, so it's like kind of hard to make the sounds. I guess not. I guess you can still kind of feel it. Mom's having the barge in my room right now saying, "Why am I still awake? Go to sleep." You should light a candle and hold up the mic. I really want to get creative with tingles after I move. I have a lot more space to work with. A lot more tools. ASMR. It's pretty nice. My earwax. Ay, ay, ay. But I mean, Drew. Rain sounds are great too. Be cool to be able to get my own environmental sounds. For all the Haikyuu stands in chat, did everyone watch last night's episode? Or yesterday's episode? The nice pass, saron pass. Probably best moment. Oh. Fukunaga's spike was probably the best moment, in my opinion. Obviously, Kenmo was a bean, but nice pass, saron pass. Love how the view count drops when you read scary stories. Did it? I never have the view count up, so I don't know what what it was like. Let's see. We're at about 150 right now. What was it when I was reading the scary stories? Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. The scratching noise just makes me want to grit my teeth. Really? Is it not pleasant? If it's not pleasant, I'll stop doing it. I gotta leave now. Why are you gonna leave? Why are you gonna leave, Doris? Hmm? Accent isn't pleasant, but you haven't stopped that. Hey now. I think I do a damned good job. feel like I'm warping in time in the Doctor Who police box. Exactly what you mean, chicken. Alright. Baby, this tickles my back. I'll tickle your back. Alright. Mate, 行かないで。え？僕？You like boba? I don't drink it often, but I like it when I drink it. Alright. So it's been 2.5 hours. I think I'm gonna call it right around there. I hope everyone was entertained and all spooked. I think I got it. Oh wait, you know what? I totally missed a donation, didn't I? Oh, 11. Oh, I totally forgot. 11, you, if you're still here, you became a member, but before that you had donated. I was reading the story, and I put off thanking you for your donation for after the story. Totally forgot. Sorry about that. 11, thank you for the dono. And thank you everyone for all the support today. There was quite a bit of it. So thank you. Hope you have a good rest of your day. And or if you're going to sleep, I hope you have sweet dreams. Have a happy Halloween. Be safe. Please, if you are going out, at least wear a mask. Wash your hands. Take care of yourself. I will see you all next week. おやすみ。日本人の方もちょこちょこといると思うんですけど、もう終了いたしますので、いい夢を見てくださいね。おやすみなさい。おやすみ。Chao. Hasta luego.